Hello, today I am going to explain to you how to filter out errors in reasoning in the arguments that you will come across on social media or in any discussion. I will be using the website www.youarereasonable.com. Before we go to the website, let's go through the basic elements of reasoning. Reasoning is fundamentally based on the laws of logic, and the laws of logic describe the correct chain of reasoning from premises to a conclusion. Good arguments follow the laws of logic, and bad arguments are mistakes in logic that introduce fallacies in the chain of reasoning. Chain of reasoning includes a proposition, which is a statement that can be assigned a truth value. Propositions are either true or false. Secondly, it includes an argument, which is a sequence of propositions where the truth of one is asserted to follow from the truth of the others. Thirdly, it includes a premise, which is a proposition in an argument that is said to support the conclusion. The premises are assumed to be true. And fourthly, it includes a conclusion, which is the proposition in an argument that is asserted on the basis of the other propositions. A logical fallacy is a common error in this chain of reasoning. It is impossible to have a rational discussion when there is no agreement on the absolute laws in logic. To reiterate, the laws are absolute and not relative. Essentially, there are three absolute laws. The first law is the law of identity, or P is P. That is the statement P is the same thing as itself, and it's different from everything else. The second law is the law of non-contradiction, or P is not non-P. That is, a statement cannot be both true and false. And the third law is the law of the excluded middle, or either P or non-P. That is, a statement is either true or false. There are many logical fallacies, and a quick search on the web will provide you with definitions and examples of them. I'll do a brief recap of what I've said so far. There are laws of logic and logical fallacies. Logical fallacies break logical laws and introduces errors in the chain of reasoning. For example, the Strawman Fallacy is when a person misrepresents his opponent's position and then proceeds to refute that misrepresentation. This fallacy breaks the first law of logic, P is P, because P is no longer P, but a misrepresentation. The appeal to emotion fallacy is when a person is attempting to persuade people by stirring powerful emotions rather than making a logical case, where often contradictory statements are made. This fallacy breaks the second law of logic, which is P is not non-P, because emotional statements tend to lead to contradictions. The equivocation fallacy is shifting from one meaning of a word to another within an argument, and violates the third law of logic, which is either P or non-P, because the statement has changed to another meaning before it's shown to be true or false. You should not presume that because a claim has been poorly argued, or a fallacy has been made, that the claim is necessarily wrong. It is a fallacy called the Fallacy Fallacy. The aim is to justify your reasoning and lay the foundation to discover the truth. An irrational discussion muddies the water and makes it difficult to see the truth of a proposition. Okay, let's go to the website and go through some argument examples. The home page gives you two options, and they are the Fallacy Filter and the Fallacy Comparison Filter. For now, click the Comparison option. You can enter up to two arguments. Previously, I took some examples from the comments section on social media websites. I'll copy and paste them in the text boxes. After entering your examples, just press the Run Now button. Scrolling down will show the analysis results with the potential fallacies within the statements. Notice that a statement can contain multiple fallacies. The more fallacies found shows a weaker argument. The table below explains what the symbols surrounding the text means. There are graphical options that illustrates in chart form the different types of the thinking, the intentions, and how positive and negative they are within the statements. Just click the graph buttons to show them. You can click any one of the listed fallacies, and in the results the text where the fallacy is near will be highlighted. The results also show the definition of the fallacy, and an example of the fallacy from a cited alternative website. If you want ideas on ways to reply, just click the reply button below the example. This will take you to the Fallacy Filter web page. Just click the reply panel. If you click on the Show Hide Responses button, a list of suggested responses will be displayed. Just choose the most relevant questions and responses and the layout that they will be presented in. Once you are satisfied with your choices, click the Generate Reply button. When you see the Generate Reply completed message, click the Show Reply button and a pop-up window will appear with the generated reply text that you can copy and paste to use as a reply within your discussions.